Luke, help me take this mask off.
But you'll die.
In his final moments after killing Emperor Palpatine, Darth Vader refuses to accept Luke's offer to get him help. Instead, he takes off his helmet and mask, the only things keeping him alive. Why did Anakin Skywalker refuse to be saved? What if it was because he knew he had to die? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brandon and this is Film Flare, where we discuss anything and everything that makes film and television great. So be sure to subscribe and let's talk about a great character. Okay, let's be honest. Darth Vader is one of the coolest and most iconic villains to ever appear on screen. But even more interesting is the man behind the mask, Anakin Skywalker. Now I know a lot of Star Wars fans love to hate on the prequels, but I actually really liked them because they told a complete and human story. It wasn't about a galactic war or a planet-killing weapon, but rather the journey of a farmer boy to the most powerful being in the galaxy. But all that can wait for another time. In this video, I want to talk about a single moment in Anakin Skywalker's life, his very last one. All Jedi Masters know of the prophecy made centuries earlier of the Chosen One, a single being meant to destroy the Sith and bring balance to the Force. Rumored to have been conceived from the Force itself, Anakin Skywalker was believed to be the most powerful Force user in the galaxy's history. Of course, he was always held back from his full potential, first by the Jedi Order, then by Darth Sidious. We all know how much Sidious loved to remind his apprentices of his dominance, always holding back a few tricks and keeping them just weaker so they could never be the ones to kill him. As Emperor of the Empire, he could have easily given Vader a better suit that allowed for full range of motion, or synthetic skin that didn't irritate Vader for the rest of his life. But Sidious did things with a purpose, to fuel Vader's pain, anger, and connection to the dark side. But it was also very clear that he didn't teach Vader everything he could have. And even so, after managing to kill Sidious to save his son, Vader would have been left as the most powerful Force user in the galaxy. Now this is where I think the prophecy comes into play. How does one go about balancing the Force? Killing Darth Sidious no doubt did bring the Force a little bit closer to balance, but not quite there yet. And then there's a matter of Anakin's immense power that needs to be addressed. Instead of killing his master out of fear or hate or anger, he did so out of love, presumably rejecting the dark side and returning to the light side of the Force. And had he returned to the Jedi Order, he would have successfully destroyed the Sith, but the Force would still be unbalanced. And its next attempt at self-correction may very well have been another Sith as powerful as he was. And while that does technically balance the scale, I think we can all agree that's not what the prophecy meant. So Anakin couldn't go back to the Jedi Order, and he clearly wasn't a Sith Lord either. Furthermore, if Anakin was the chosen one from the prophecy, he had to explicitly be the one to bring balance to the Force. So once Darth Sidious was killed and he was left as the most powerful Force user in the galaxy, he couldn't simply become a Jedi again because the Force self-correcting wouldn't be of his doing. So if he really was the one to bring balance, the only option would be to remove himself from the Force equation entirely. An alternative would have been neither Jedi nor Sith. In the animated Star Wars series Clone Wars, we're introduced to the Ones, the father, the son, and the daughter, ethereal beings who were the most powerful Force users in the history of a galaxy far, far away. Literal embodiments of the Force itself. Now whether that was Anakin's full potential had everything gone right for him is a discussion for another day I think I'd really like to have. But this family was so powerful that they had to leave the physical plane altogether and live as Eternals in their own little pocket dimension. And this could certainly be an option if Anakin truly didn't want to die. But even there, removed from the rest of existence, Anakin learned a valuable lesson about wielding such power. In the Clone Wars episode when the son was plotting against everyone to return to the main universe and rule it through the dark side, Anakin was forced to kill the son. And when he did so, the dying father told Anakin that he had brought balance, and that if he continued on his path, he would do it again.
You have brought balance to this world. Stay on this path
And you will do it again?
So even in this place of perfect harmony, the dark side couldn't be contained forever. The sun was filled with jealousy, anger, hate, rage, and all those emotions had not only endured and survived, but grown over the centuries. And with few having been through more pain, hate, and anger than the Sith Lord Vader, Anakin knew that he would never be fully free of the dark side. And it was only when all three powerful beings were dead that there was finally balance. It was either all of them, the light, the dark, and the one to control them both, or it had to be none of them. And no doubt, Anakin would have remembered this in his dying moments. And if Anakin really did understand the lessons he learned on Mortis, then his choice not to let the suit help his injuries makes a lot of sense. He knew that the only thing left to do to complete his prophecy was for he himself to die. And for those wondering about the Force being unbalanced with a bunch of Jedi but no Sith, history holds the answer to that question. The Jedi have been around for centuries. Some Force-sensitive person will inevitably want to do good, and another will inherently want to be selfish with their power. That's just human nature, so the Jedi and the Sith can never be fully eradicated. So while there will always be more Sith and Jedi to come along, it's highly unlikely that any of them will be nearly as powerful as Anakin, as he himself was born from the Force itself. So balance was never a perfect equation. No set quantity of Force users or abilities, but rather an ebb and flow in the rhythm of the Force. It'll always swing from light to dark, but without anyone powerful enough to completely tip the scales, the Force would be balanced. And with no one else as powerful as Anakin Skywalker, what if he knew he had to die? But what do you guys think of this theory? Let me know in the comments below. And a huge thanks if you've made it this far. Please be sure to give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We've got new content like this coming out every week. But until next time, have a great day, and don't forget to watch a great movie. Bye.
Luke, help me take this mask off.
But you'll die.
Nothing can stop that now.